Okay, awesome. Thank you. Okay, so my name is Emil Billberg. I work as an iOS developer at Ape Group, and I've only been working here for a few weeks and as a full-time iOS developer, and I'm super excited to be working on this platform now and doing that full-time with the platform I'm really passionate about. And I'm relatively new to this, to CocoaHeads. I've only been here a couple of times before, so I thought doing a presentation would be very good for me to just introduce myself to the community and for you guys to get to know me a little bit.
And basically, I just forced him to.
Yeah. Okay, it was actually my first day at work, and Alec told me, hey, do you want to do a presentation? I was like, oh, no. He's like, you should do a presentation. Okay. Yes, I'm sure we've all been busy watching WWDC videos during the summer. I think I managed to watch maybe half of them so far, but yeah, pretty good. Eh? But one session I really liked was the session about what's new in Storyboard. So I was going to cover a little bit some of the new features in Storyboard and just talk about that a little bit. I love storyboards. I think they're great. I think they give you a really good overview of your project, and you can really see what's going on, and like you see all the connections and all the segues and all that. But one thing that happens though when your project gets really, really big, it's sometimes hard to manage all these segues, and after a while you lose that ability to see all the connections. So one thing they released in during the summer was the Storyboard References. So I was just going to do a quick demo to show you how that works. So I have a super simple project here. If you take a look at the main storyboard, it's just, oh, it's really slow here.
Yeah, you have to look at your own screen.
Okay.
It's like 2 seconds delay.
Okay. That's all right. But it's a super simple project here. We have a tab bar controller with 3 views to each tab. So how Storyboard References work is that you can just select a few view controllers and what you can do then is just go up to the editor, go down to refactor storyboard. I'm going to take it a little bit easier so you guys can see too. So then you get a little drop down here so you can name the new storyboard. I'm just going to name it first storyboard. Press enter. So then what Xcode does to you is it throws you right away into the new storyboard you created, the first storyboard. And this gives you the ability to split up all your views in different, what should you call them, like components maybe. And if we go back to main storyboard, we can see now that we have a little storyboard reference here. So what you can do then is you can just double click on it, and that takes you straight into the view control or the storyboard that you're referencing to. And I think that's an awesome feature. It really helps you to get that overview that storyboard gives you. But sometimes you need to go from one storyboard to another storyboard. And the way you do that is, so say, for example, here, we want to go from the orange controller here to the green controller. Did you guys see that? Yeah. From the orange here to the green one down here. So the way we do that is we use a storyboard reference again. So we can just drag out a storyboard reference here from down here. And if we click on this little button here, this modal button, we can just control drag to the storyboard reference. And here we can just choose whatever segue we want. So in this case, %modally. So if we click on the storyboard reference and go up to the attribute inspector up here, we can see that there's a field here saying storyboard. So in this case, when I go back to the main storyboard, let's just click main. And the reference ID, it says initial view controller. Or, it should say, can you guys see that? Or
does it say initial view controller?
It does, okay.
Yeah.
It says initial view controller anyways. But so what the reference storyboard does to you or right away is that it gives you, or it initiates the initial view controller in the storyboard you want to reference to. But in this case, we don't want to go to the initial view controller. We're going to go to the green view controller. So if you go back to the main storyboard, click on it, and go to the identity inspector, we can see that the storyboard ID is green. So we can use that ID in our first storyboard and click on this reference view and use that name or ID. Let's see, green. And there we go. I'm also going to just unwind the segue here. I think I forgot to do that before the presentation. So we can still do that. Unwind to orange. Okay, so if we run this project, so now we split up our project in 2 storyboards. But as we can see, the project still works the same. We can go to this segue. We can segue to orange. Did I do that wrong now, or what?
I think you filled in the storyboard ID wrong in the...
Okay. But, well, you get the point anyways. Sorry about that. So I think that's a really cool feature of in Storyboard in Xcode 7. It's really going to help you to manage all the storyboards, and it's easy to get a good overview of your project. Another feature they talked about during the session was custom segues. And I think custom segues are awesome. Custom transition has been around for a while, since iOS 7. But what we can do now is we can subclass a US Storyboard segue. And in our interface builder, we can select the class we want to be responsible for transitioning delegate. So before, we had to go to the view control and set up all that. But what's really cool now is that we can do all that in our storyboard. So if we go back to our main storyboard here, we have, I've already set up a few segues here. We have one segue here to the pop-up, door, and scale. So in my project, I've already prepared I have 3 classes that are subclasses of US Storyboard segue. So if you click on the segue and go up to the attribute inspector, there's a new field here called segue class. So we can just choose whatever segue we want to pick here and click on them. So I'm just going to click on the door segue and the scale segue. And then let's run it. So if you click on them, that's a little cool spring animation. You can dismiss it. Here's the door animation, and here's the scale animation. I think it's pretty cool to just be able to do that within Storyboard. And if we look at a view controller, in a blue view controller here, there's no code at all. The only thing we're doing is unwinding. And before, we had to set up the transition delegate in the view controller, but now we can do all that in our segue. So if I show you the segue for example, the door segue here, all we have to do right now is to override perform. And here we can set up a transition delegate and also our mode representation to custom. And also you have to conform to the transition delegate, but that's all the API. I'm not going to go into depth about that. But yeah, so I think this is super easy to do, and it doesn't really give you an excuse to not use custom transitions. And I really think that can give you like a cool, neat feature that you usually like and will make you stand out a little bit on the App Store. Yeah, so that's all I had about Storyboard actually. But like I said, it was just a good way for me to introduce myself to everyone and for you guys to get to know me a little bit. So thank you. And if you have any questions, please ask.